Personal boundaries are the invisible lines that define where you end and others begin. They are essential for maintaining healthy relationships, both with ourselves and with others. Without personal boundaries, we risk losing our sense of self and emotional well-being as we become overly influenced by external pressures and other people's expectations. Understanding and respecting personal boundaries is a crucial aspect of self-care, allowing individuals to protect their energy, emotional health, and personal space. At their core, personal boundaries are about defining what is acceptable and what is not in our interactions with others. They govern the limits we set for ourselves in relationships, work, and other areas of life. Healthy boundaries allow us to express ourselves authentically without fear of judgment, manipulation, or exploitation. They help us balance the needs of others with our own needs, preventing us from feeling overwhelmed, taken advantage of, or emotionally drained. Setting personal boundaries is an act of self-respect. It signals to others that we value ourselves and our well-being. Without clear boundaries, we may find ourselves in toxic or unbalanced relationships, whether in our personal or professional lives. A person with poor boundaries may be overly accommodating, constantly saying yes when they mean no, or allowing others to overstep their limits. Over time, this can lead to feelings of resentment, burnout, and even depression as the person gives away too much of themselves to others. Healthy personal boundaries are not about building walls or shutting people out. Rather, they are about knowing when to say no and respecting your own needs. Boundaries can be physical, emotional, mental, or even spiritual. Physical boundaries refer to the space around us, and they help us feel safe in our environment. Emotional boundaries protect our feelings and prevent others from manipulating or taking advantage of us. Mental boundaries help us maintain our own thoughts, ideas, and beliefs, allowing us to think independently and critically. Finally, spiritual boundaries allow us to define our beliefs and practices, ensuring that we are not coerced or pressured into compromising our values. One key aspect of setting personal boundaries is the ability to recognize when they are being crossed. Many people struggle with identifying boundary violations because they have not been taught how to set clear limits. Sometimes boundaries are crossed in subtle ways that are hard to detect, such as guilt tripping, manipulation, or passive-aggressive behavior. It can be difficult to assert oneself when these violations happen, especially if we are worried about conflict or hurting the other person's feelings. However, learning to recognize and address boundary violations is an essential skill for protecting our well-being and maintaining healthy relationships. An important part of maintaining personal boundaries is learning to communicate them clearly and assertively. This can be challenging for many people, especially if they have been conditioned to put others' needs before their own. However, healthy communication is key to setting boundaries that are respected by others. When we communicate our boundaries, it is essential to be clear, concise, and respectful. We should avoid apologizing or feeling guilty for asserting our needs. It is not selfish to set boundaries. In fact, it is a necessary part of caring for ourselves. Setting boundaries also means being prepared for resistance. Not everyone will respect your boundaries immediately, and some people may try to push them further. This is where consistency comes in. If a boundary is crossed, it's important to reinforce it calmly and without anger. By staying consistent in our responses, we teach others how to treat us, which in turn reinforces our sense of self-worth and strengthens our relationships. In addition to being able to set boundaries with others, it is also important to set boundaries with ourselves. This means being aware of our own limits and respecting our own needs. Self-boundaries might include managing our time effectively, prioritizing self-care, or knowing when to take a break. For example, if you feel overwhelmed at work, setting a boundary might mean saying no to extra tasks or taking time off to recharge. If you find yourself overcommitting to social obligations, setting a boundary might mean politely declining invitations that don't align with your priorities or energy levels. Establishing boundaries with ourselves can be just as important as establishing boundaries with others, as it prevents us from falling into unhealthy patterns of overwork, people-pleasing, or neglecting our own well-being. By taking the time to check in with ourselves and set boundaries, we ensure that we are not running on empty or compromising our health in the name of others. Another important aspect of personal boundaries is recognizing that they are fluid and can change over time. As we grow and evolve, our boundaries may shift to reflect new needs, experiences, and circumstances. For example, someone who previously tolerated being overworked might eventually set stronger boundaries around their work-life balance. Someone who has been in a toxic relationship might decide to set stricter emotional boundaries to protect their mental health. It's important to recognize that boundaries are not rigid, they are dynamic and should adapt as needed to reflect our personal growth and changing needs. Boundaries also help protect us from toxic or harmful relationships. In a healthy relationship, both parties respect each other's boundaries and support each other's needs. In contrast, in a toxic relationship, boundaries are often ignored or violated, leading to emotional exhaustion, resentment, and feelings of unworthiness. Recognizing when a relationship is toxic and knowing how to set boundaries in these situations can be a powerful tool for self-preservation. Whether it's a romantic relationship, a friendship, or a work relationship, respecting and enforcing boundaries is essential for maintaining healthy connections. Finally, it is important to understand that setting personal boundaries is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of strength and self-awareness. It requires courage to stand up for ourselves and assert our needs, especially when we fear rejection or criticism. Setting boundaries is an act of self-love that allows us to prioritize our emotional and mental health while fostering more respectful and fulfilling relationships with others. In conclusion, personal boundaries are vital to maintaining our sense of self and emotional well-being. By setting clear boundaries with others and ourselves, we can protect our energy, manage our relationships more effectively, and live more balanced, fulfilling lives. Establishing and maintaining healthy boundaries is not always easy, but it is a necessary skill for anyone who wants to live authentically, respectfully, and with a sense of self-worth. It's time to recognize the power of personal boundaries and make them a priority in our lives. Privacy and mental health are deeply interconnected aspects of our well-being, with one significantly influencing the other. The ability to maintain privacy, whether it relates to our personal thoughts, emotions, or life experiences, is not just about having control over what others know about us, but it is also an essential component of protecting our mental and emotional health. In an increasingly interconnected and digital world, where boundaries between personal and public spaces are often blurred, privacy has become a precious commodity. The lack of privacy or the violation of it can lead to stress, anxiety, and a variety of other mental health challenges. Therefore, understanding the importance of privacy and safeguarding mental health is crucial to leading a balanced and healthy life. The foundation of privacy lies in the concept of control. When we have control over what is shared about us, how much is shared, and with whom it is shared, we are better able to protect our sense of identity and maintain emotional security. Without this control, our personal lives may feel exposed or vulnerable, leading to emotional discomfort. Privacy gives us the space to process our thoughts, emotions, and experiences without external pressure. It allows us to navigate the world on our own terms, reflecting on our experiences in a way that feels safe and nurturing. One of the most significant ways privacy influences mental health is through the creation of boundaries. Boundaries are essential for protecting ourselves from emotional exhaustion, stress, and manipulation. When our privacy is respected, we feel safe, valued, and respected by others. However, when privacy is violated, whether it's through the sharing of personal information without consent, unwanted surveillance, or pressure to disclose sensitive details, it can lead to feelings of violation and distress. These feelings of helplessness and vulnerability can take a toll on our mental health, triggering anxiety, depression, and feelings of powerlessness. The violation of privacy, particularly in intimate relationships or workplaces, can create a sense of distrust, insecurity, and fear. When personal boundaries are not respected, it can cause a breakdown in communication and lead to unhealthy dynamics. For instance, in relationships where one partner constantly invades the privacy of the other, whether through monitoring social media, prying into personal conversations, or pushing someone to disclose more than they are comfortable with, there is often a lack of mutual respect. This disregard for privacy can result in heightened levels of stress and anxiety for the person whose boundaries are being violated. Over time, the emotional toll of constant intrusion can lead to a deteriorating sense of self-worth and can significantly impact mental health. Moreover, privacy is crucial for individuals to have the space to engage in self-reflection and personal growth. In a society where people are often expected to present a polished, idealized version of themselves, especially on social media, there is a growing pressure to conform to external standards. This lack of privacy, combined with the constant comparison to others, can lead to feelings of inadequacy, loneliness, and depression. People may begin to question their self-worth, not based on their own values or experiences, but on the distorted perceptions they see in others' curated lives. The constant need for validation and approval from others can undermine one's sense of self and emotional well-being. Social media, in particular, has made it increasingly difficult to maintain privacy. People often share intimate details of their lives online, not just voluntarily, but often as a means of seeking validation or staying connected with others. However, this practice can backfire. Oversharing on social media opens individuals up to judgment, criticism, and even cyberbullying. When personal information is put on display for the world to see, it no longer feels private, and the pressure to maintain a perfect image can lead to anxiety and stress. The constant need for approval and the fear of being criticized can increase feelings of insecurity and negatively impact one's mental health. In contrast, when we are able to maintain privacy in the digital age, we create a safe space for ourselves where we can protect our emotional and mental well-being. Privacy allows us to choose what to share, when to share it, and with whom. It allows us to keep our thoughts and feelings in a space that is secure. where we can reflect on them without the pressure of judgment or expectation. This sense of emotional control is vital for maintaining mental health because it gives us the space to process emotions, deal with personal issues, and recover from stress. Privacy also fosters emotional resilience. When we maintain control over our personal lives, we are better equipped to cope with stress, trauma, and difficult experiences. If we are constantly open to the scrutiny and opinions of others, it can become difficult to process our emotions healthily. Being able to retreat into our private spaces allows us the time and mental clarity we need to heal and restore balance. For example, someone going through a tough time, whether it's a personal loss, a breakup, or a period of mental health struggles, needs privacy to heal at their own pace. Sharing every detail with others before they are ready can prevent them from fully processing their emotions, potentially leading to feelings of being misunderstood or overwhelmed. In addition to emotional and mental well-being, privacy also plays a significant role in maintaining a healthy sense of autonomy. Autonomy, the ability to make choices about one's life and body, is deeply tied to mental health. When we lack privacy, we may feel like we are not in control of our own decisions or life direction. This sense of autonomy is essential for self-esteem and self-confidence, and without it, people can feel trapped, vulnerable, and disconnected from their sense of self. For many, maintaining privacy is also tied to the ability to create and nurture relationships in a way that is meaningful and fulfilling. In relationships where privacy is respected, individuals feel valued for who they are, rather than for what they disclose. These relationships are built on trust, mutual respect, and understanding. They provide a safe space for individuals to grow emotionally and mentally without the fear of judgment or exploitation. In contrast, relationships that violate privacy often lead to emotional distress, distrust, and a diminished sense of self-worth. In today's world, where the lines between public and private life are often blurred, it's more important than ever to safeguard our privacy for the sake of our mental health. Whether it's protecting our personal information from being shared without consent, maintaining boundaries with those around us, or carving out time and space for ourselves, privacy is a powerful tool for maintaining emotional balance. It is not just about keeping secrets or hiding parts of ourselves. It is about creating a space where we can be ourselves, reflect on our experiences, and protect our mental health from the pressures of the outside world. In conclusion, privacy is an essential aspect of mental health. It provides individuals with the space to maintain control over their lives, protect their emotional well-being, and nurture personal growth. In a world where privacy is constantly being eroded, it is important to recognize its value and take steps to safeguard it. By protecting our privacy, we protect our mental health, allowing us to navigate the world with confidence, resilience, and emotional strength. Discretion is one of the most powerful and underrated virtues in both personal and professional life. It is the ability to make decisions wisely, choosing to act with caution, restraint, and sensitivity to the context and consequences of our words and actions. Discretion is about knowing when to speak and when to remain silent, when to reveal something and when to withhold information. It is an essential skill for managing relationships, protecting personal integrity, and maintaining trust. In a world where everything is often shared quickly, sometimes impulsively, discretion offers a form of control, allowing us to navigate our lives with intentionality, respect, and self-awareness. At its core, discretion involves wisdom and prudence. It's not just about keeping secrets, though that is certainly part of it, but about making thoughtful choices regarding when, how, and with whom to share information. Discretion requires an understanding of timing, the context of a situation, and the potential consequences of what we say or do. This thoughtful consideration helps avoid harm and ensures that our actions align with our values and priorities. It is, in essence, the art of knowing what to say, how to say it, and when to say nothing at all. In both personal and professional settings, discretion fosters trust and respect. When we exercise discretion, we show others that we can be relied upon to handle sensitive matters with care and respect. For instance, in personal relationships, when we share intimate details, we are placing trust in others to hold that information with discretion. If someone respects our confidentiality and shows good judgment about what should remain private, we are more likely to feel valued and understood. The same applies in the workplace. When colleagues entrust us with confidential information, our ability to keep that information secure and handle it judiciously strengthens professional bonds and fosters a sense of reliability and loyalty. In addition to promoting trust, discretion helps to preserve our reputation. The more we learn to act with discretion, the more we maintain control over our image and the way we are perceived by others. We live in an age of oversharing, where it can sometimes seem like everyone has access to the most private details of our lives, whether it's through social media, gossip, or casual conversations. In this context, being discreet can distinguish us as individuals who are thoughtful and measured in our words and actions. It shows that we understand the weight of information and that we value our privacy as well as that of others. One of the key aspects of discretion is the recognition that some things simply do not need to be shared. Not every detail of our life is appropriate or necessary to disclose, whether in personal interactions or in the workplace. It's important to understand that withholding information is not about secrecy or dishonesty, but about respecting boundaries. Just because we know something doesn't mean we should share it with everyone. And just because someone tells us something does not mean it's our place to broadcast it. Discretion involves the wisdom to know when to keep things to ourselves and when to share them with others. The value of discretion also extends to situations that may involve potential conflicts or sensitive topics. When we approach difficult conversations with discretion, we consider the feelings and perspectives of others. This is particularly relevant in situations where there is a risk of misunderstanding, hurt feelings, or embarrassment. For instance, if a friend confides in us about a personal issue, exercising discretion means being thoughtful about how to respond. We might not always have the perfect answer, but we can choose to listen attentively and offer support without overstepping boundaries or revealing things that are not ours to disclose. In a similar vein, discretion can be essential in conflict resolution. When disputes arise, it can be tempting to react impulsively, speaking out of anger or frustration. Acting with discretion involves taking a step back, assessing the situation, and choosing our words carefully. It means giving ourselves the time and space to reflect before responding and ensuring that our communication contributes to the resolution of the issue rather than inflaming it. By taking a measured, thoughtful approach, we show respect for the other person's perspective and prevent unnecessary escalation of conflict. The role of discretion in decision-making cannot be overstated either. Making wise decisions often requires us to balance competing interests, analyze potential risks, and think about long-term consequences. Discretion plays a crucial role in this process by encouraging us to pause and reflect before taking action. It prevents us from rushing into decisions based on emotions or pressures, and instead guides us toward more thoughtful and intentional choices. By taking time to exercise discretion, we can avoid impulsive mistakes that might have far-reaching consequences. This is especially important in situations that involve legal, financial, or personal matters where the stakes are high, and the results of hasty decisions can be detrimental. Discretion helps in protecting the well-being of others. It is a key part of empathy, the ability to consider how others might feel in a given situation. By acting with discretion, we show consideration for how our actions or words might impact those around us. For example, in a workplace setting, it's important to be discreet when discussing colleagues or clients, particularly when discussing personal matters or confidential information. Even if something is widely known, we should still exercise care in discussing it, ensuring that we are not contributing to gossip or making someone uncomfortable. Discretion also helps to maintain balance in our relationships, ensuring that we are neither too closed off nor too open. While it's important to share with trusted individuals and engage in meaningful communication, discretion ensures that we do not overshare, which can sometimes overwhelm others or even lead to emotional burnout. It allows us to keep certain aspects of our lives private, protecting our inner peace while still nurturing important connections. In the digital age, where information is constantly being exchanged, discretion is perhaps more important than ever. The internet, social media, and digital communications have created an environment where information can spread far beyond our control. A single careless post or message can have consequences that extend far beyond what we intended. The ability to act with discretion in our online interactions, whether it's choosing what to post, what to share, or how to engage in conversations, has become essential for maintaining privacy, dignity, and respect. The value of discretion is not limited to maintaining privacy, trust, or reputation. It is also a way of demonstrating maturity, emotional intelligence, and respect for others. It is about being responsible with our words and actions and understanding the profound impact they can have on the lives of those around us. In a world that often values immediacy and transparency, discretion offers a form of restraint that can lead to healthier, more meaningful relationships and better overall decision-making. Discretion is an invaluable quality that plays a crucial role in personal and professional interactions. It fosters trust, preserves reputation, and prevents unnecessary conflict. It allows us to make wiser decisions, protect the privacy of ourselves and others, and navigate sensitive situations with empathy and understanding. The ability to exercise discretion wisely is a reflection of emotional intelligence, and it is a virtue that enhances our relationships, decision-making, and overall well-being. Whether we are navigating personal matters, professional responsibilities, or online interactions, discretion offers a thoughtful and effective way to live with intention and respect. In today's fast-paced world, where social interactions are often fleeting and relationships are sometimes driven by superficial connections, the concept of quality over quantity in relationships holds particular significance. In many ways, our social environment encourages us to accumulate as many relationships as possible, whether through networking events, social media, or casual acquaintances. The true value of relationships lies not in the number of people we know or the frequency of our interactions, but in the depth and authenticity of our connections. Focusing on quality over quantity in relationships is a conscious choice that can lead to greater emotional fulfillment, personal growth, and long-lasting happiness. At the core of valuing quality over quantity in relationships is the idea that genuine, meaningful connections are far more rewarding than a large circle of acquaintances. We all have limited time, energy, and emotional resources to invest in relationships, so it's crucial to prioritize those that offer real value. While it may be tempting to spread ourselves thin by trying to maintain numerous friendships, professional connections, or social obligations, these relationships can often feel shallow and lack the intimacy and understanding that make a relationship truly fulfilling. Instead of focusing on how many people we know, it is more beneficial to cultivate deeper, more meaningful bonds with a select few. One of the primary benefits of focusing on quality in relationships is the sense of emotional support it brings. High-quality relationships are built on mutual trust, understanding, and respect. When we invest in relationships that are meaningful, we are more likely to experience a sense of belonging, acceptance, and emotional security. In these types of relationships, we can share our vulnerabilities, knowing that the other person will listen without judgment and offer support. Such connections create a safe space for us to express ourselves freely and be our authentic selves without fear of rejection or superficial judgment. These types of emotional connections are much more satisfying than surface-level interactions, as they offer a deeper sense of companionship and understanding. Maintaining numerous shallow relationships can often leave us feeling drained or unfulfilled. While socializing with many people may provide a temporary sense of belonging, it rarely offers the kind of emotional depth that can help us navigate life's challenges. Shallow relationships, often based on surface-level interactions or common interests, may lack the emotional resonance that helps us grow as individuals. When we invest too much time and energy into these types of relationships, we risk neglecting the ones that truly matter, the ones that nurture our mental, emotional, and even spiritual well-being. Another key aspect of focusing on quality in relationships is the opportunity for personal growth and self-discovery. In authentic relationships, we often find individuals who challenge us, offer constructive criticism, and inspire us to be better versions of ourselves. These relationships encourage us to reflect on our actions, thoughts, and behaviors in ways that foster personal development. Genuine friendships, romantic relationships, and even family dynamics provide an environment where we can learn and grow, both individually and together. When we surround ourselves with people who share similar values, support our goals, and engage in honest, open communication, we are more likely to thrive and achieve our personal and collective aspirations. On the other hand, focusing on quantity, trying to maintain a large number of relationships can lead to superficial interactions that don't provide the necessary support or encouragement for personal growth. These relationships may lack the depth to facilitate meaningful exchanges or allow us to explore who we truly are. In addition to personal growth, quality relationships offer a sense of fulfillment that simply cannot be replicated by many shallow connections. There is something uniquely special about investing time and effort into a small group of people who genuinely care about our well-being. Whether it's a close friend who listens to our struggles, a partner who supports our dreams, or a mentor who offers guidance, these individuals help us feel seen, valued, and loved. Such fulfillment is far more enduring and rewarding than the temporary satisfaction that comes from accumulating a large number of acquaintances who do not provide the same emotional depth. Another important consideration when choosing to prioritize quality over quantity in relationships is the ability to set boundaries. When we are focused on a few key, meaningful relationships, we can invest the time and energy necessary to set healthy boundaries and maintain balance in our lives. High-quality relationships are based on respect for each other's personal space, time, and emotional needs. In these relationships, we can openly communicate our boundaries and expectations without fear of being misunderstood or taken advantage of. As a result, these relationships tend to be more sustainable over time, reducing the risk of burnout or emotional exhaustion. When we spread ourselves thin by trying to maintain numerous relationships, it becomes harder to establish clear boundaries. We may find ourselves overcommitting to social obligations or feeling obligated to meet the demands of others, leading to feelings of resentment or frustration. This imbalance can negatively affect both our well-being and the quality of the relationships we are trying to maintain. Focusing on fewer, deeper relationships allows us to invest more fully in each connection ensuring that we can nurture and sustain them in a healthy way. Quality over quantity also plays a crucial role in our mental and emotional well-being. Research consistently shows that individuals with fewer, but closer and more meaningful relationships tend to experience lower levels of stress and anxiety. They also report higher levels of life satisfaction and happiness. This is likely because close relationships provide a sense of emotional security and help buffer against the challenges and pressures of daily life. In contrast, trying to maintain too many relationships can lead to stress, as we feel pulled in multiple directions and struggle to give each person the attention and care they deserve. It can also lead to feelings of isolation or loneliness, as we may feel disconnected from the people we are engaging with, despite the high volume of social interaction. Prioritizing quality relationships fosters a deeper sense of trust and loyalty. When we invest time and energy into a smaller group of people, we develop a sense of shared history and understanding that strengthens the bond. In these relationships, trust is built over time through consistent actions, open communication, and mutual support. Trust is the foundation of any strong relationship, and when it is nurtured, it can withstand challenges in time apart. A large number of shallow relationships may lack the trust and loyalty that create long-lasting, meaningful connections. Focusing on quality over quantity in relationships is a decision that can significantly enhance our emotional well-being, personal growth, and overall happiness. Rather than seeking to accumulate a vast number of acquaintances, it is more beneficial to prioritize relationships that are deep, authentic, and supportive. These types of relationships provide emotional fulfillment, foster personal development, and offer a sense of security and trust that can help us navigate life's challenges. By investing in a smaller number of meaningful relationships, we create a more balanced, enriched, and purposeful life built on genuine connections that nourish our hearts and minds. Social media has become an integral part of our daily lives, shaping how we communicate, share information, and perceive the world around us. Its influence is far-reaching and multifaceted, affecting everything from personal relationships to business practices and societal norms. While social media offers numerous benefits, such as fostering connections, providing access to information, and enabling self-expression, its impact is not without significant drawbacks. The pervasive nature of social media has led to changes in how we interact with others, how we view ourselves, and how we understand the world, raising important questions about its long-term effects on individuals and society as a whole. One of the most profound influences of social media is on communication. In many ways, social media has transformed how we connect with others. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn have made it possible to stay in touch with friends and family across long distances, share moments of our lives instantly, and engage with people who share similar interests. This has led to the creation of global communities and online support networks where individuals can find belonging and solidarity, regardless of their physical location. For many, social media has provided a platform for self-expression, where they can share their thoughts, ideas, and experiences with a wide audience. While social media has made communication more accessible, it has also altered the quality of interactions. In some ways, online communication can feel superficial or impersonal. The ease of sending messages or posting updates can lead to more fragmented and less meaningful exchanges, with individuals often opting for quick, surface-level interactions rather than deep, face-to-face conversations. The constant flow of information and notifications can also make it difficult to maintain focused, meaningful interactions, contributing to a sense of digital fatigue and emotional burnout. As a result, many people find that although they are more connected than ever, they may feel more isolated or disconnected from others on a deeper level. The influence of social media extends beyond interpersonal communication, affecting how individuals view themselves and others. Social media platforms often highlight curated versions of people's lives, showcasing moments of success, happiness, and perfection. This creates a pressure to present an idealized version of oneself, leading to the rise of self-branding and performative behavior, where individuals carefully craft their online personas to gain approval and validation from others. The constant exposure to such idealized images can lead to unrealistic comparisons and a distorted sense of self-worth. People, especially young individuals, may begin to measure their own lives against the highly filtered and often unrealistic representations they see online, resulting in feelings of inadequacy or low self-esteem. This pressure to conform to societal expectations and the quest for approval can also contribute to the rise of mental health issues, particularly among teenagers and young adults. Studies have shown a correlation between increased social media use and mental health problems such as anxiety, depression, and body dysmorphia. The need to constantly compare oneself to others and the fear of missing out FOMO can lead to stress and feelings of isolation, even though social media is ostensibly designed to bring people closer together. Additionally, the constant exposure to negative or distressing news on social media can heighten feelings of anxiety and helplessness as individuals are confronted with a never-ending stream of crises, tragedies, and conflicts. Social media also plays a significant role in shaping public opinion and influencing societal norms. Platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok have given rise to new forms of activism and social movements, allowing people to organize, share information, and advocate for change in ways that were previously impossible. The Arab Spring, the Me Too movement, and Black Lives Matter are just a few examples of how social media has been harnessed to bring attention to important social issues and mobilize people around causes. In many cases, social media has provided marginalized groups with a platform to voice their concerns, challenge dominant narratives, and advocate for justice and equality. At the same time, social media has also been criticized for its role in spreading misinformation and fostering polarization. The speed at which information spreads on social media, combined with the algorithms that prioritize sensational or divisive content, has made it easier for false or misleading information to go viral. Fake news, conspiracy theories, and misinformation campaigns have the potential to shape public opinion, disrupt political processes, and undermine trust in institutions. The echo chambers created by social media algorithms, where users are exposed primarily to content that aligns with their pre-existing beliefs, can further contribute to the fragmentation of society and the deepening of ideological divides. In the realm of business and marketing, social media has revolutionized the way companies interact with consumers. Platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube have become powerful tools for brand promotion, customer engagement, and influencer marketing. Businesses can now reach a global audience with targeted advertising, while influencers, individuals with large followings on social media, can use their platforms to endorse products, services, and ideas. This has created new opportunities for entrepreneurs and creators to monetize their content and build careers around their online presence. However, it has also raised concerns about the ethics of influencer culture, the exploitation of personal data, and the impact of digital marketing on consumer behavior. The influence of social media on business is not limited to marketing. It has also transformed the way companies operate, with remote work, virtual meetings, and online collaboration becoming the norm for many organizations. Social media platforms like LinkedIn have become essential tools for professional networking and career development, allowing individuals to connect with potential employers, clients, and colleagues from around the world. However, this shift to digital spaces has also created challenges related to work-life balance, privacy, and the boundaries between personal and professional life. The constant connectivity afforded by social media can blur the lines between work and leisure, leading to burnout and a sense of always being on. As social media continues to evolve, its influence will only grow stronger. While it offers numerous opportunities for connection, self-expression, and social change, it also presents significant challenges related to mental health, privacy, and the spread of misinformation. Navigating the impact of social media requires a critical understanding of its effects and a conscious effort to use it in ways that promote well-being, authenticity, and positive engagement. It is important to recognize that social media is a tool. How it is used and the impact it has depends largely on the choices individuals make and how they engage with it. Social media's influence is undeniable, shaping how we communicate, view ourselves, and understand the world. While it offers many benefits, it also presents risks, particularly when it comes to mental health, self-image, and societal divisions. By fostering critical thinking, promoting digital literacy, and encouraging mindful use of social media, individuals can mitigate its negative effects while harnessing its positive potential. As we continue to navigate the complexities of the digital age, understanding the influence of social media is essential in ensuring it remains a tool for connection, growth, and positive change rather than a source of stress and division. Reflection is an essential practice that plays a crucial role in personal growth, decision-making, and overall well-being. It involves taking time to look back on experiences, thoughts, and actions in order to gain deeper insights, understand patterns, and learn valuable lessons. In a world that often emphasizes constant movement, productivity, and forward progress, reflection offers a moment of pause, a chance to assess where we've been, what we've learned, and where we want to go. This process not only helps us make better decisions, but also enhances our self-awareness and emotional intelligence, fostering a more meaningful and purpose-driven life. The importance of reflection lies in its ability to promote self-awareness. Self-awareness is the foundation of personal development and growth. By reflecting on our actions, thoughts, and feelings, we gain a clearer understanding of who we are, what we value, and how we relate to others. Without reflection, it's easy to move through life on autopilot, reacting to situations without fully understanding why we behave the way we do. Through reflection, We can identify our strengths and weaknesses, explore our motivations, and uncover the underlying causes of our emotions and behaviors. This level of self-awareness allows us to make more intentional choices, improve our relationships, and align our actions with our core values and goals. Reflection is also vital for learning from experiences. Life is full of opportunities to learn both from successes and failures. However, simply experiencing something is not enough to internalize the lessons it offers. Reflection gives us the space to extract meaning from our experiences and connect the dots between our actions and their outcomes. For instance, after a challenging project at work or a difficult personal situation, taking time to reflect can help us identify what went well, what could have been done differently, and how we can improve in the future. This process of learning from past experiences ensures that we don't repeat the same mistakes and allows us to refine our approach to future challenges. Reflection is a tool for continuous improvement. It allows us to assess our progress toward goals, evaluate what is working, and adjust our strategies when necessary. For example, if we're working on a personal or professional goal, regular reflection can help us stay on track by assessing whether our actions are aligned with our desired outcomes. It helps us gauge our growth over time, making us more aware of the small steps we take toward achieving our larger objectives. Reflection also offers an opportunity to celebrate successes and acknowledge accomplishments, which boosts motivation and confidence, reinforcing the belief that progress is possible. Reflection can improve decision-making. It encourages a more thoughtful, deliberate approach to the choices we make, whether big or small. Often we make decisions based on emotions, external pressures, or limited information. Reflection provides the space to step back and consider the long-term consequences of our decisions. It allows us to evaluate whether our choices align with our values and goals, and whether they will lead us in the direction we ultimately want to go. When we take time to reflect before making important decisions, we are less likely to act impulsively or make choices that we might regret later. This thoughtful approach leads to more informed, balanced decisions that contribute to our well-being and success. In addition to personal growth and decision-making, reflection is a powerful tool for emotional regulation. Life can be overwhelming at times, with stress, anxiety, and emotional turbulence often clouding our judgment. Taking a moment to reflect on our emotions and reactions can help us process difficult feelings, gain perspective, and manage our emotions in healthier ways. For example, if we're feeling frustrated or upset about a situation, reflecting on the root cause of those feelings can help us understand whether they're based on the current circumstances or rooted in something deeper. This self-awareness enables us to respond to emotions in a more balanced and constructive manner, rather than letting them dictate our actions impulsively. Reflection also helps us develop empathy and understanding toward others. By considering the perspectives and experiences of those around us, we can gain greater insight into their behaviors, motivations, and challenges. Reflection helps us step outside of our own worldview and consider the context of others' actions, fostering compassion and empathy. For instance, in interpersonal relationships, reflecting on a disagreement can allow us to see things from the other person's perspective, leading to a more constructive dialogue and resolution. It also helps us recognize the impact of our own words and actions on others, encouraging us to act with more kindness and consideration. Another important benefit of reflection is its role in managing stress and maintaining mental well-being. In our busy, fast-paced lives, it's easy to get caught up in the constant hustle and forget to take care of our mental health. Reflection provides an opportunity to pause, relax, and recenter ourselves. By taking time to reflect on our thoughts and emotions, we can identify sources of stress and anxiety and develop strategies for coping with them. Reflection can also help us assess whether we're taking on too much, feeling overwhelmed, or neglecting self-care. In this way, it serves as a form of mental hygiene, helping us maintain a healthy balance between work, relationships, and personal well-being. For individuals in leadership positions, reflection is particularly important. Leaders who reflect regularly on their actions and decisions are better equipped to inspire and guide their teams. Reflection allows leaders to evaluate their leadership styles, assess how their decisions impact others, and learn from their mistakes. It also fosters humility and openness to feedback, which are essential qualities for effective leadership. Leaders who make time for reflection are more likely to build trust, create a positive work culture, and foster collaboration and innovation within their teams. Reflection is also closely tied to mindfulness and being present in the moment. In a world full of distractions, reflection encourages us to slow down and pay attention to our inner thoughts and feelings. It helps us connect with our values and goals, ensuring that we live with intention, rather than reacting to life's circumstances without thought. Mindful reflection allows us to appreciate the present moment and make decisions that are in alignment with who we truly are, rather than being driven by external expectations or pressures. Reflection is a vital practice that contributes to personal growth, emotional regulation, decision-making, and overall well-being. It allows us to develop greater self-awareness, learn from our experiences, and make more thoughtful choices. Through reflection, we can cultivate empathy, manage stress, and maintain a sense of balance in our lives. It is a powerful tool for continuous improvement, personal development, and emotional intelligence. In a world that often values productivity and forward momentum, reflection offers the space to pause, reassess, and move through life with greater clarity and purpose. By making reflection a regular practice, we can foster a more meaningful and intentional life that is rooted in awareness, learning, and growth.